Hello everyone, this is leewhat. Welcome back to the How Do I Fight This Team episode 3. This one should be easy to fight. So let's try to fight this one. This one they have Shub for the stun and also magical damage. Then they also have Lion Mask, which will stun us as well. Then their main DPS Monte, which ignore tank and deal physical damage. For this one you can use also the same Monte with Hala and Scarlet. But for the goddess we'll be using Aubrey. Because Shub rely on enemies getting debuff. Let's hear. Additionally, whenever the enemy marked as sacrifice receive a debuff, the following passive will be activated one at a time in the order below. Revelation. Allies do not receive damage for 2 hits. Penance. Shub deal magical damage equal to 600% of her attack power to the enemy marked as the sacrifice and dispel their buff. Pandemonium. All enemies within Shub range receive neutral damage equal to 15% of Shub's maximum HP and are stunned for 1 second. This passive ignores enemies' ability of receiving the party's damage and their stat. So this one the important one. Whenever the enemies marked as sacrifice receive a debuff. So for that we'll be using Aubrey to remove all allies debuff and grants them debuff immunity for 4 seconds. So we need to kill within these 4 seconds. With that we use 2 DPS to deal as much damage as possible. For Lion, when enemy comes within his range, Lion must generate a resting ring for 10 seconds. It then deals physical damage and stun them for 3 seconds. Use some also stuns. Lion must dropkick the enemy to deal physical damage according to the chain number used and stuns the hit enemy for 1 second. So that's why we also use Aubrey. That's why this is a good team. Shub will... Lion Mask will stun the enemy, which means they receive a debuff. And Shub will be able to deal damage. So that's why we're using Aubrey to be debuff immune to cancel out their synergy. And Monte is just a good DPS. For this one I'll be using damage reduction build and resurrection skill. Then for the Monte we'll be use the offensive build with accuracy ring, because it's possible for the Lion Mask to be evasion build. As for the Scarlet, I'll be using the offensive build as well with accuracy. It's possible if you want to change Scarlet to like Hikari, because Hikari deal magical damage. Lion Mask have immune to armor. Whenever Lion Mask receives a hit in the ring, his armor is increased by 40% and his damage reduction rate is increased by 8%. And upon using Royal Rumble, Lion Mask become immune to 10 hits of physical damage. So after we kill Monte and Shub, Lion Mask can take a while to kill if your DPS all is physical damage unless you have Bella. But with Bella it becomes riskier because we need to kill fast before Lion manage to stun us and Shub to kill us. So if you want to faster clear, you can want to faster kill for the Lion Mask, you can use Hikari. right now the slower part on killing Lion Mask. Now for the Sworden, Shasha and Fire Axe. This team is fast. Because like this. It's a chain reaction. The main is the interaction between Shasha and Fire Axe. So for the Fire Axe, Fire Axe, yeah, this one. Upon receiving a critical hit, Fire Axe immediately activates a 3-chain skill, and this counts as a real 3-chain skill for the ally. So Sworden, upon using an ally's 3-chain, the hero wields the Flaming Spirit Sword to deal neutral damage equal to 2000 of their armor. And also the hero immediately increases their own armor by 200%. And also deal neutral damage equal to 4000% of their armor per hit. But waiting for Fire Axe to get critical hit by the enemies can be not reliable, slow. So for this one we use Shasha. The hero summons Globe of Fire that deal magical damage equal to 5% of the hero's attack power to nearby allies. This one is the important part, the nearby ally. So this near the globe, it could miss, it could crit. That's the important part. That's why we use high critical chance build. We invest a lot of critical chance, so we can hit Fire Axe critically, and then immediately Sworden will attack the enemy. But because of this, usually all of 3 they use Resurrection Ring. Because of this, they lack on accuracy. So because Sworden hit really hard, so the only way is evade. For this, you can use the Kotsinga. Upon using his block, Kotsinga increases the entire team's evasion by 40 and decrease all the enemies' accuracy by 40. So this is already like 80% evasion. And we also have evasion build for Kotsinga, so it's really it's a lot of evasion. Or you can use evasion tank, but we need a fast one because we don't have time to use the tank like Joanne. Joanne also have a lot of evasion. When Joanne's immunity ends or is cancelled, her evasion is increased by 50% for 3 seconds. So we also use the evasion build and evasion ring. If let's say you want to use Kotsinga and then Joanne, we lead Joanne for more blocks faster to activate the tank, then we need another DPS. Preferably magical damage or neutral, because Sworden increase a lot of armor. 200% more armor, that means triple the armor. So physical damage DPS might have problem dealing with Soden to kill him fast. For this one, we can use like Hikari or let's see any new hero. We could try Rivea. Rivea deals magical damage. For this one, we can use Aubrey because Shasha. Enemies hit by globes of fire lose critical resistance by 50% for 1 second. So we try to use Aubrey to remove that critical resistance debuff. This can be slow because we need to wait until Livea. Oh no. The team is really fast. We don't have enough time. But as I said, they usually lack accuracy. So Kotsinga alone is possible to clear them. Just like this. So maybe not using Joanne, maybe use Alex because Shasha deal magical damage, which really hurts when hit Joanne. Listening too much Dempsey. Let's try fight this one. So this one we have Lion Mask, which will stun us. So we want something with Aubrey or something with debuff immune. And then we have Alfin. Alfin will give the teams a lot of block gen and SP gen if we didn't dispel him. So we need Anut this time. Can't use Aubrey. And then he also have Scarlet. Scarlet will tank ignore tank, but also debuff our healing. We can't heal. So usually we use Aubrey for fight this. So we need to decide to use Aubrey or Anut. Which one more dangerous? For this one, I'll be using Hala again. For the damage, I will use... You can use Scarlet or use Monte. And to solve this one, I'll be using Twilly. Twilly. Because like this, when Twilly check activating a shaker will grant Twilly immunity to all debuff. So when we start the match, Twilly will automatically start the tank and also immune to debuff. So this is really good against Lion. Then we just need to use the dispel Anut. We just need to watch out for Alfin. We need to wait for Alfin to use his block first. Then we use Anud to dispel the buff. So right now it's 40 SP, then we can use Anud. So right now it's just fighting against Alfin HP regeneration, which can be slow. Just make sure not to use 3-chain Twilly, because when you use 3-chain Twilly, Twilly will enter the DPS mode. And she will lose her tanking and the debuff immune. So it can be dangerous if you get starter block with 3-chain Twilly. Don't use that ever. So no more ticket for today. Bye bye. I hope you learned something.